Hey, I'm Scott. I'm the creator of New Kingdom Sowers. This is a game developed and published by Jack Dunbar of New Kingdom Gaming. And I'm going to share my favorite way to teach this game with you, so go ahead and follow along. New Kingdom Sowers is a two-player card game inspired by the parable of the sower found in Matthew 13. The game is a race to play all 10 of your black seed cards in order from 1 to 10 in the good soil before the other player. To do that, we'll be interacting with the 4 different soil types from the parable. First, I'll go through setup, then I'll explain how the 4 soil types work during the first 4 turns of the game. So setup. Setup's really easy. I've placed the game board between us, and you can see the 4 different soil types on the board and icons reminding us of what each one does. One thing to notice for now is that we can only play yellow seed cards to the path and the rocky soil, and only black seed cards to the thorny and good soils. We each get 2 player aid cards explaining the soil types and what to do on our turn. That's these 2 cards. And now the seed cards. We have 10 yellow seed cards and 10 black seed cards, 1 through 10, and 1 wild seed card each. For this game, we'll remove the wild seed cards. That's these cards. Normally, setup for an apprentice game is as simple as shuffling our decks and drawing 5 cards. But for this first game, we'll set up our starting hands and a few cards on the top of our decks. We'll shuffle any remaining cards. Okay, I'll be playing as Aquila, and my starting hand will be the 8, 7, 6, and 5 of yellow, and the black 9. Then on the top of my deck, I'm going to place the 10 and 9 of yellow, then the black 1, and then the yellow 1, just like this. You'll be playing Priscilla. In Priscilla's starting hand, there's the 5, 4, and 3 of yellow, and the 1 and 2 of black. Then on the top of Priscilla's deck, we'll place the yellow 10 and the 3 and 4 of black. Let's play open-handed for the first 4 turns of the game. And I'll take my first turn now. Now every turn goes like this. Draw a card, that can be easy to forget. Then play to one of the 4 soils, and then, if necessary, discard yellow seed cards to the path until we have 7 cards. So I'm drawing my card now. That's a yellow 10. Okay, I have only 1 black seed card in my hand and it's high. I won't need it for a while, so I'll play the black 9 to my side of the thorny soil. Just like this. The thorny soil is good for digging down into your deck and also pushing cards up from the bottom. It lets me draw 3 cards, then I must place 4 cards back on the top and or bottom of my deck in any order. So I'll draw 3 cards now. Okay, I've drawn the yellow 9, the black 1, and the yellow 1. I'll place the yellow 7, 8, 9, and 10 at the bottom of the deck because I don't think I'll need those cards later. And see, we're already pushing up black seed cards. But now I have a problem. I'll need to play my black 9 to the good soil eventually, but for now it's stuck on the thorny soil. I'll solve that problem later. For now, I end my turn with 4 cards in my hand. Now it's your turn. Like every turn, start by drawing a card. Now play the yellow 10 you just drew to the rocky soil. This soil is shared between us. Just like that. Then take these 2 steps. First, draw 2 cards. You drew the black 3 and black 4. Second, you'll play 1 card to any of the other 3 soils. So, play your black 1 to your good soil to get started on the goal of playing all 10 black seeds in order from 1 to 10. That's the end of your turn. Now for turn 3, I'll start my turn by drawing a card. And I want to play to the rocky soil too. It's a really strong set of actions. I'll play my yellow 1. This is interesting because you can only play cards in descending order to the rocky soil. Because I played a 1, that means I have locked the rocky soil for now. There's nothing lower than a 1. Another thing about the rocky soil, if either of us ends our turn and there are 4 cards in the rocky soil, right now there are only 2, they get blown to the path. That means they're placed face down on the path, they're out of the game for good, and then nothing else happens. Because I played to the rocky soil, I take the same steps you did. Draw 2 cards and play 1 to any other soil. I'll draw 2 now. I want my black 9 back, so I'll play my yellow 6 face down to the path. When we play to the path, we draw 1 card, and optionally we can pick up a card from the rocky or thorny soils. So now I'll draw a card and pick up my black 9. That's the end of my turn. I'm ending with 7 cards, so I need to be careful not to draw too many cards next turn. Otherwise, I'll need to discard yellow seed cards to the path. Okay, start your turn by drawing a card. Now it's a good idea to free up some space in your hand by playing your black seed cards to the good soil. When you're playing to the good soil as your main action, you can play any number of black seed cards as long as they're in order. So play your black 2 through 4 to the good soil. And just like that, you're almost halfway to your goal. And that's the end of your turn. That's also the end of this tutorial, but before we continue playing, a couple more things. We talked about how to win, but not how to lose. There are 3 ways to lose instantly, and they're listed right here on the player aid. You can read those for yourself. And finally, let me summarize what each soil type is good for. The path is not great for drawing cards, but it's the only way to pick up cards stuck on the rocky and thorny soils. Unfortunately, you also lose a card from your deck by playing to the path, so be careful with that one. The rocky soil is pretty good for drawing cards, and it's powerful because you can take extra actions by playing to other soils on the same turn. This is the only soil that allows for some player interaction as well. The thorny soil is great for drawing cards. It also helps you push up cards to the top of the deck, and it's a way to reduce your hand size. The problem is that you'll need to get the cards you played there back in order to win the game. And finally, the good soil is where you'll play black seed cards to win the game. If you have any more questions, look for links nearby to the rulebook and a teaching guide with answers to frequently asked questions and a flowchart with all the possible steps you can take on your turn. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of the game.